guys, so I am out on, I guess, my first walk slash run of this kind of new makeshift program. I have a tendency to go all or nothing with stuff. So a couple of years ago, I sort of competed in powerlifting, and ended up sort of taking that really seriously and becoming the British bench press champion. So that was like every day training in the gym, probably a couple of hours a day. Since then, I think I kind of fell out of love with the gym a little bit because there wasn't as much of like the purpose. I'm, like I said, very much an all or nothing. So I need like a routine, I think. Running has been something I've always been bad at. So I like the idea of trying to get good at that. When I started, like a year ago, I tried to go like all in on that, and then some kind of tendon in my foot like tweaked or something like that, and I literally could not walk for like a month. So that then kind of stopped that. But I'm at a point at the moment where I just don't feel particularly healthy. Like I'm not in a good routine really with any exercise, and I kind of want to change that. So I thought, let's try and do running again, but do it smart so that I don't kind of overload too quickly and injure myself. So I got ChatGPT yesterday to put together like a program for me, and it's literally running and lower body strength training focused. This time I'm trying to integrate, literally to start with, walking and some slow easy runs. Oh, hey doggo. So anyway, yeah, at the moment I'm basically wanting to just get back into it slowly but like consistently. So one of my big kind of task for today is basically implementing this pop-up on our website. So effectively, we launched the new website and the new app in January, which has gone really well. What I kind of had an idea of is, can we kind of make it so that we can almost tell people that it is going to be right for them without them having to go through the whole website and work it out themselves. So I have kind of designed this effectively pop-up for the website where it's like, how can you utilize habits? Like, how can you utilize habits in your position? The idea behind this is like, we can help people that are making kind of, I guess, anything really. Like, we have advisors on the platform that offer one-time like projects or hourly rates and things like that. So if you've got something that you're working through, we've got advisors on the platform that can help with that. So what we've done is kind of changed it, and I've tweaked it to be more like, how can you utilize habits? And so I'm now talking about the different fee structures. So you've obviously got like hourly rate, flat fee, monthly subscription, AUM. They're like the biggest kind of fee structures out there. And what I've done is kind of said, these are the typical income ranges and asset ranges and what they're used for. And then similarly, kind of on the next slide, kind of going through the different things that people generally want help with. To the idea being that we want people to see this and think, oh, okay, like I'm in that income range and that asset range, and I could really do with help with this. And then the final sort of slide is for them to go and download the app. So I've designed it. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of an experiment to see if we do this, do we start seeing an increase in people coming through and downloading the app from like the website? If so, great. If not, we try something new. So it doesn't need to be perfect, but I need to now basically build it out. So that's kind of my big task for today. I think I've got a few sales calls as well. I've got one. So it's a public holiday out in America. That will be why. I've only got one. And it's not actually a sales call, it's a customer success call. Brilliant. Okay. Well, so I've got a fairly straightforward day then. I just need to sort of bang this pop-up out and get that live. And then I've got that customer success call. So when it comes to this kind of web development stuff, I'm going to die on my hill and say that literally anyone can do this. I think as long as you kind of have a good idea of what you're trying to work towards, like, so in this case, the designs that I'd put together, literally ChatGPT can do most of the job for you. So as long as you kind of you're able to ask ChatGPT like the right questions to get it to give you the stuff you need. And I would say it probably helps having a basic understanding of the code. So like for me, over the last year or so, I've taught myself really basic HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But yeah, I would definitely recommend sort of getting a good understanding of how to use ChatGPT with this sort of stuff if you're in this kind of space, because yeah, honestly, it's so helpful. Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. Happy afternoon over in your...
Yes, yeah, cool. Amazing. Well, excited to chat. I mean, how's 2025 going for you so far? So really for these customer success calls, the main goal is to make sure I'm keeping a good relationship with the users. We're only an early stage startup, so there just are going to be things about the product that don't work as they should. But if the user actually likes us, then generally they're far more likely to be more relaxed about it and focus more on the long-term vision, which is exactly what we need. It's also a great opportunity for them to share how their experience has been so far, the good and the bad, and talk through their situation with them, as well as get their feedback on things we're planning to build out over the next few months, because really they're the ones that are going to be using it. To be very clear, we're trying to direct people through the app, but this was before this major kind of app upgrade in sort of mid-January. So really, one of the biggest parts of this app upgrade is for exactly this issue. Sort of startup, we're trying to do big changes. There are some teething issues. I think one thing I want to check, do you kind of receive the monthly emails that I send out?
I do.
Beautiful. Yep. Okay, for sure. And that exactly, there's certain things in the UI where it's like, guys, we want to make sure we're tweaking this. It's one of those things that there's so much we want to do that there's only one thing we can do at a time. So for us, it's let's do the most impactful things first.
And your intent with the app update,
right?
What you're hoping to get out.
Okay, beautiful.
That kind of thing.
Okay, perfect. So really, the goal here is to be able to scale up. I mean, that's kind of the tip of the iceberg, because as we grow and develop as a business, we want to start being able to track a lot more about these interactions that you're having with a prospect. The very first step of a much bigger picture of making this a much more seamless, data-centric approach. But that's obviously the goal. That's what we're working towards. And really, you should kind of see the prospects coming through start to exponentially rise. I think you obviously have been with us since close to the start of the platform. Hopefully, you believe in the vision that we've got and think this is something that is going to be worthwhile. Really, the goal is to build this into a platform that you find most valuable. I can dive a little bit into some of the things we've got coming up that I would love your take on. I want to check, was there anything top of mind for you? Anything where you're like, on the topic of feedback, Matt, this has been rubbish, or this has worked really well? What are your thoughts?
To circle back to what you said earlier, yeah, I definitely believe in the vision. I think what you guys are trying to do makes a world of sense, and I believe in good conversation with both you and Jack, and have faith that you guys are going to make good decisions, and let's see where we go. Right? I know it's a startup, and
yeah,
there's a lot of things you don't know, and there's a lot of things that you can't control. So you try to do what you can. Cool. Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I appreciate you connecting with me a little bit, and yeah, happy to chat through anything. If you want more feedback, anytime.
Appreciate it. Right, do you know what? Sorry, I'm sweaty. I went and played football. But if I'm being, it's not the worst, but it also doesn't look the best, let's be real. So yeah, that wraps up another day, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing nothing interesting for the rest of the evening, so I'm definitely ending the video here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Again, like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and yeah, if there's anything in particular you want to see, drop a comment. But cheers.